Yeah, I'm starting to think, just based on everything that we've found here, that it's really going to be another few parts. Maybe next time, well, when there's a next time, I suppose, we'll fill things in even a little more. I wanted to do a few last things here. And, alright, so now we are up at the very front. You can see Philip Noel here. And this is a Civil War veteran again. And again, another interesting thing, you can see that they had paid to have this large family stone put up and then never actually used it for any sort of inscription. And it just looks like the family members have their own stones. I think this one here, the inscription, may actually be just on the other side. Let's look. Yeah, it definitely looks that way. Kind of hard to read. It's like Jenny. I can't see if it's G.R. Grimm, maybe G-R-I-M-M. It's another hard one to read. You can see that for the front here, they've actually clipped the fence. Still right up to the very edge, very historic, and we are just feet away now from the church, which is right across the street. And very busy intersection today. So, yeah. We'll look at this one here, and then maybe get a view of the old historic church, which I think you guys have really seen a few times, but maybe not very clearly. So, since the rain is currently holding off, maybe we'll be able to get a better one. I don't want to be too rude or anything. There are, I know, people inside right now. I don't know what they're doing exactly. It is a Friday night, and around here it's pretty traditional to have kind of a Sunday and Wednesday service. Well, it looks like maybe our dates are on the other side for these. It's ridiculous how busy it is right now. 1908 though for that. Nellie F. Pence. More traffic pulling into the church. That's really difficult to read. Looks like 1881 to 1909. like 1855 to 1923 for MC Clark there and his wife Claire of 1859 to 1882. Wow, I mean, there's just so much here. Let's see if I can go around here. Some really interesting stonework on this one. Looks like probably another veteran. It doesn't have anything listed, but it does have the American flag put there, so usually that's a sign that they're on some registry somewhere. You can see that this is actually where the old historic road would have led out here. And even more historic stuff on this side here. It was 1897, 1892, 1912 there. Looks like the Elson, excuse me. It looks like this one is Cornell. Might have been some things that were moved over time, or maybe a little bit more distant of a relative. I'm not really sure. All right. I figure since the rain's just letting off right now, I'm just going to keep filming. It's a really interesting, very historic place. This must have been, I'm assuming this is the historic church too. It very much looks like it. So it must have been quite the bustling place back in the day. Wow, that is a very deep inscription. That's not paint. That's the depth of the inscription. That's crazy. Never really stumbled upon any thin inscriptions that had that amount of depth to them. You see John L. here, but the interesting thing is that the names are listed over here. And I'm not sure if there's anything on the other side. Let's go kind of check out. Another free marker here for a Cohen family. What is that? Perps? Or Purds? I can't read that one very well. And this is more Smiths on the side. It's 1904. That one's very hard to read. And then, yeah, okay, so there is writing on this side as well. Absolutely incredible place. So historic. And I want to check out this little section here for, obviously, to see how the tree is doing and causing, you know, maybe damage or decay to the stonework, and possibly if there's even another hidden geocache back there. That one doesn't. That one's very hard to read. I'm gonna have to try to read that one later. And these are often kind of deceptive because they could have things next to them as well. Let's see. Surface, Orpha and Charles Surface, 1977 and 1928. So, very drastically different lives. Not seeing too much in here. Usually we find the geocaches like right in like there. And it does not appear that there are any missing stones either. A lot of times we can find them right next to it where this has grown up. And it looks like there is a gigantic pile of these old evergreen leaves. So it is possible that there's something down there, but it doesn't look like it, really. But often that's not the case, though, so it's hard to say. And it does look like we have some sort of, maybe, I can't remember what that one is. It has an R on it. It looks like maybe some fraternal order. As this looks like a Civil War veteran right next to another member of the family that served in the Spanish-American War. You can see here, Alvin Reed served in the Spanish-American, and I would assume maybe this might have been his son, or his father, excuse me, John, that served in the Civil War. Very interesting. And then Anna Reed Miller here, 1879 to 1952. So maybe another daughter of John that was married to a Miller, and yet another Reed here that actually served in the very First World War. So really quite the succession of veterans there, from Civil War to Spanish-American War and then to the First World War. Some very, very significant conflicts in American history. It's sad that this is most certainly sheared off or sunken quite a great deal. And another lung right here. There are two. It looks like John Lung and his wife Sarah, 1871 and 9. Okay, that's interesting. So she was born in 1874, and it looks like he was born in 1871, and they have a passing year of 1911 for her, but not any other information about him, which is kind of bizarre. And here is a sign, maybe somewhat historical. I don't, not to say that there wasn't metal work back then, there absolutely was. I just don't think that this somewhat modern looking sign is actually the original. Well, it finally started to rain, so I'm heading back to the car. I don't know how many parts we got here today, but thank you for watching. Appreciate you all being here. If you haven't hit the subscribe button before, if it's the first time you're seeing me here on 539, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and tune in to our bi-weekly adventures out in the Midwest here and all around the country, really. And I will see you in our next adventure. Bye, everybody.